Welcome back. All the smoke coming to you from Miami. Jack, where we at? What'd you call this shit?
Lake Placid.
Lake Placid.
Yep, we're
We
behind
done
Lake
seen
Placid.
about 13 gators.
If I keep looking back,
It's the gators.
y'all know why. Yeah, I keep hearing that water move.
And we just want to give you guys a heads up, man. We in the element right now. There's motherfucking airplanes flying over. There's traffic back, but we in the elements.
The
vibing in
planes
Miami.
from Cocaine Cowboys too. They got some right there.
Some
That's
rounds,
that plane.
some bells just got dropped in the lake. Hey man, but we got a really good one, man. I came down to Miami early and played in Cali's tournament and ran into my brother yesterday, or no, the night before, and just chopped it up and kicked it and asked if he would bless us with his presence today, man. And he said, hell yeah. So I want to welcome to the show, man, Rohan.
Respect my
Marley.
brother.
Appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir.
Big bro.
Bless, King.
Yeah. How's life? I mean, kids are doing well, family. What's going on?
We couldn't be any happier except for, with the hurricane situation. Like, outside of that, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, we're very, very happy. My son, YG Marley, it's an excellent year this year. He's been at it for a long time, grinding. So it's nice when the kids flourish. My son, Nico, they work together, they manage together. One of my brothers works with him. So it's nice, and then my daughters, they're doing their thing again. One of my eldest daughter, she's kind of the person who managed they kind of tell me what to do, what not to do.
The boss lady.
Yeah, she's the boss.
Yeah.
So, the children are in my life very, very much. Every day at 2:00, I go get my little son from school, which is nice. I have to stop everything for that. So life is moving and living. Just launched a new relationship here in Florida now with Gold Flower, bringing Line Order, the cannabis brand, to Florida. So we're excited about that. Marley Coffee, I'm trying to bring that to South Florida. So that's what's happening, bro. Re-enterprising the family legacy here because we got here in 1976.
Mm-hmm.
They go to Bales right there.
Yeah, that's the bells right there.
He said
Drop one in the yard.
Right, he said drop one in the yard.
Just make sure y'all edit that out when I go pick it up. I know what to do with it.
Yeah, that's what's happening, bro.
The legacy and the family, we're going to get to that, but I want to talk to you about fatherhood because the way you smile and your energy when you talk about your kids, I could tell it's special. I mean, I got 7 of them. Jack, how many you got?
8.
That you claiming?
8.
I mean, what is it like to see your children and see them grow and flourish and succeed and become young men and women? What's that meant for you?
Well, I have 12 children. I didn't have any. I get 12 children.
Oh, you get? Okay.
I get.
How many did you have?
I don't have none.
Oh.
The woman have. The man get.
Man get. Yeah.
Respect. Respect. Game.
Dig.
Yeah.
Dig.
But
how many did you make? Help make.
12.
Woo.
And 9 grandchildren.
Yes.
So that is the most joyful thing in life. So that's why sometimes when people say, man, have you been here? Have you been there? I said, no, kind of like being home. I like being one place so you can always find me. Because I'm like, I want to go to the old school way because old school way, right? You're not like in Jamaica. There's no phone or nothing. You go check a man, you go, I'm yard. The shop.
Yep.
It's there. You can find me at home, man. So I want to be that kind of person where you can find me at home. If you just go to my house, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there. I want to. That's so. It's more about the family and those things, and just dealing everyday life with children. Not teaching them. I can only teach the young one, the little one. I can teach him, but I can show the other ones. They have to choose. Because once you get to a certain age where you have your relationship with woman and whether you're a man or a woman, you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, that means you have age, right? You have to take on certain responsibility.
Yeah.
So them, if I can't tell you who to date or who not to date, I only can just reason with you, So I try to show my older children them a vibes, like a reasoning, and try to show them right from wrong in my perspective. And say, just know that I said this, so you can always try to govern it because you have to be realistic. In teaching, right, there has to come overstanding. So no matter how much, it's like shooting a basketball, or you don't get it the first time.
Yeah.
It's repetitive. And even with the older ones, you have to tell them, listen, I told you, That's the Lucid Lake.
Tell
I
you.
told you that's you gotta keep
Lake's
checking.
massive.
I told you to keep checking.
Keep the
Why you not
bells. We gonna
checking?
we gonna see them drop.
You dig what I'm saying?
We-
So you gotta keep telling them, hey, that's Lucid Lake. Don't go out there. But but daddy, you look so cool today.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm trying to tell you.
So you gotta keep on, so that's the showing. The teaching is when you have to hold the hands. When they get a certain age, no more holding hands. So it's joyful to see that they're within the frequency,
Mm-hmm.
and they understand that Father represent a certain way of life. Father deal with certain principles. Father has a consciousness of a certain place and a being that wants to represent a higher self. So when I give them those type of things, I want them to relate to that, not by force, but by example.
Yeah.
And yes.
Yeah, understanding.
So sometimes, they might see daddy's always home, daddy, yeah. But you notice I'm always happy at home.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a journey. So here's how I got here. And come on, come on, not that, no, not this, come on.
You'll understand one day.
Yeah, you understand when they say.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not rough on them.
Yeah. Miss Lauryn Hill, you had babies with, and I read something that you
Prince
felt
and-
like
Prince and princesses.
you felt that it was your responsibility, and you weren't able to show her how you felt or loved her or in the relationship when it didn't end up working out. Did you put some blame on yourself, a heavy blame on yourself when?
No blame on myself. I mean, it's not say it didn't work out, because in life, right, people must have independence, and it's what it is. Some are more independent than some, and at times you have to allow a person to, meaning that during that time that you're present, you're bringing awakening, you also bring a frequency, you bring a direction, and that direction can spark an energy in that person, because that person is what that person is from the beginning of time. So that energy can spark a direction. So you can't you can't be when you say queen and you get a queen, you have to respect that. And a queen give order, have way and principles, about self. So an ISO also have to create foundation too as a king, you dig? So the queen now have her foundation and the king has his foundation. So it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a home, right? When I go to Ethiopia and I learn from Haile Selassie the First, the king, and his queen, Empress Omega, I realize that the king bed is here, and the queen bedroom is over here. And they have a room where they can hang out and share time. And that's how it should be. So it's not really, I don't remember what you said before, but I'm going to tell you how it is. It's not really any separation. It's just a way of life and a journey of life, because we are still great mothers and fathers to our children.
Mm-hmm.
We speak all the time. We're very much active in communicating together, you know what I mean? And realizing the benefit of mother and father and what father represent, what mother represent. But at the time, remember, we're all so young too, right? And in them region, 20s, early 20s. So, you know what I mean? And I, myself, trying to also become a Rastapreneur to, you know what I mean? So I can support my children, because at the time, she's the one with doing with the breadwinner, so I can't just sit there and just.
You gotta find your lane.
Yeah, gotta dig it.
Mhm.
Can't, come on. Man.
I could, but I can't.
Yeah, you dig. I mean, yeah. So make sure stability is there, and the queen have her domain where she rules, and the king has his domain where he rules, and such and such.
Mm-hmm.
So there's never a separation. It's just life.
Mm-hmm.
Cause we always communicate.
How'd you guys meet?
We met in 1996, right after I left college. I wanted to do something again. So when I left football, I was trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with life, So I said, I want to do something that I can do forever. football, I didn't think I can do it forever, so I stopped that. I stopped. My passion for that's changed. But I felt like I can play soccer forever, so I decided to move back to Jamaica, move forward into Jamaica. But when I go to Jamaica, I'm going there to be with my family, my brothers, because
this is what, 95, 96?
Yeah, 95, 96.
Okay.
So 95 now I leave. At 95 I leave school. 95 we play in the Orange Bowl. Right after that I fly to Haiti. My son Nico is born. After that I tell the University of Miami I'm done with football. I'm not coming back as a junior.
Mm-hmm.
I tell my brothers that I'm done with this thing. I'm not playing football no more. They say, what you mean? I said, yeah. I said, I'm coming to Jamaica and I'm gonna be a roadie. So I took that job as a roadie. So while I was on the road, we have a tour, Smoking Grooves, and the Fugees are on that tour. And Miss Lauryn Hill is on that tour as well, you know, the Fugees, and my brothers. So one day I heard this voice. I'm on the bus because I'm security. I'm security for my brothers, and I'm the road guy. So I'm not really. I got to roll with them, but I listen still. I'm still Rowan, you know. So I listen. I hear this voice. I'm like, wow, like, and I'm like, what? I'm singing like real music, you know. So I'm like, who's that? I let it go one day, you know. One day, I'm sitting on the bus again. She's walking in front of the bus with her guitar. And, you know, I'm sitting in the driver's seat. So I tap the horn. And I tap the horn. She looked back and I smiled. I said, yeah.
Riz.
And she went along her way. Another day, you know, that was me introducing myself. So another day now, she was coming this way. It was all my brothers. So while she's coming towards me, I just extended my arm like that. She extended her arm, and we just touched hands. And I was like, all right. And that was how we met.
Yeah.
On Smoking Grooves tour.
That's dope.
That's the beginning of that. When you talk about a queen and a real woman and a real mother, she represents that.
Yes.
And someone that stands on, what do you call it again? Stand on what? Business.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, no one stands on business like Miss Lauryn Hill. So, I mean, society may not see it as such in regards to how they see business, but the way she sees business is what makes her happy. And no one stands on business like her. And we have to give it up for her. Much respect to Miss Lauryn Hill.
She's the GOAT.
For just being queen at all times.
She's the GOAT.
So, as you say, that's how you guys met. You guys end up being together. 2 years into your relationship, she releases the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Was just rated by what publication? Apple.
It's rated by Apple, but it's rated by every human being
as
too.
the greatest album.
As the greatest album ever.
Factual.
What were the vibes around the family like when she was creating that album?
Well, you know, like I said, the frequency, right, and then just the energy, bringing all the things together, bringing some of my father's influence in regards to some of the musicians. You know, one of the main thing was we went to Jamaica, started the album out in Jamaica, 56 Hope at my dad's studio.
That's
some of
dope.
my brother's musicians worked on the album. You know, she just I remember the first day in the studio. And you remember, I'm with my brothers all the time, so that's what we do. I follow them. I go to the studio. This is like my life after football. Like,
right.
I get up in the morning with Steven and studio. Now I'm with Miss Lauryn Hill. She's the same person. Studio. But remember, she's now gonna do this independently by herself without the group.
Are you there? Not to cut you off. Are you there to support? Or are you doing some kind of stuff with the music?
No, at that time I'm just being self. Okay. I don't know what you call that. I'm
present. I'm here.
Support.
Okay.
It's everything.
Support system. Yeah.
I'm everything.
Yeah.
Whether I'm a chauffeur.
Yeah.
I'm the
whatever
guy
is
making
needed.
the tea.
Whatever's
I'm
needed.
the guy. At that time I used to, cause through Rastafari, them times, you know, I came in. She met me raw, Rastafari raw. You know what I mean? Italist like crazy. I was a little bit psychedelic. Not psychedelic, but a little bit. They say like, not crazy, but more like very much. Rigid in Rastafari.
Okay.
Like the way, because, you know what I mean? Because
it was rough.
Yeah. And I'm in a place and I'm realizing a lot of things happening around where I got to hold it down because, remember, we have a newborn son. So I got to hold it down in many spiritual ways in regards to the industry and the type of artist this is and the woman it is and what this one represents and that. So being in that environment, I had to hold it as Rastafari and be the Gangites that I am. And I had to because I know that support, like the lion, the order, So I just remember the first day in the studio, she brought maybe every instrument I can think of, from it's a bongo or this, that, because I remember like watching her create this album, and she had these two youths that she brought out of Newark. And, I remember them, young kids, talented kids, but they're programmers, drum programmers. And another they're young musicians with, at the time, a lot of sampling. So they beat, but she tells them what to play and how to press it. She gives them the sound. Because, it's almost like, I want to hear something, but I can't play the keyboard. Do me a favor, play the E card on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Bang. All right, drop that bang, bang. And she's like, okay, give me that like bang, bang. And this is how she's guiding these guys, like guiding them
Every
on how
step.
to do it every step of the way.
Like a piece to the puzzle.
Every step of the way. So when those guys came around and, whatever. But that's kind of how it started out, man. With Miss Lauryn Hill. She is one of the minds where she's an artist, a true artist, a Picasso. So when you ask about why certain things and she do certain things certain way, it's the artistry. It's she's a very talented artist, like musician-wise. Her ear in regards to notes and keys, spot on. So you talk about a master at work. But I come from that. I listen every day. I mean, if you hear something 1,000 times or 50,000 times, obviously you kind of get to be able to separate what's what and what's not. So being around her and watching her create the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, it was just magical, man. And those days, I can always remember those days, man. And going into Jamaica, being in the studio with her, being there, watching her create, and always listening, And one thing she always used to ask me, how's it feels, So if her music didn't give me goosebumps.
I caught him just talking, just hearing it, because I'm a big Lauryn Hill fan. So hearing you talk about it like this, it gave me chills a few minutes ago. Yeah.
If her music don't give me goosebumps, I said, no. So I would go on that. So I said, Ro, come take a listen. I go in there, it was Garden, the commissioner's in there, a couple of the engineers, but mainly Garden, the commissioner. I heard, always at night, crazy. I walk in the studio, I said, all right, so if I can't like move a certain way to it, if I can't step to it like, and it don't give me goosebumps, I said like, it's all right, So kind of we had that kind of vibe, when it comes down to music, because Chuck D said something, and when I read it, I was in her mother's kitchen, and I was sitting there in her mother's kitchen, and her mother's in the kitchen, and she's just walking behind me, and I'm reading this thing. Chuck D says Lauryn Hill is like the Bob Marley of hip hop or something like that. I said, wow. I'm sitting there reading. This is early. You know what I'm saying? This is when we just had Zion. Like I'm like, oh wow. Like so, that's how the hip hop community feel about her.
The spirit and the
so
energy.
I'm like, yeah. So then, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
So then I said, yeah, it's true. Because we are that.
How does Zion feel hearing that song today? As being older and be able to understand the lyrics and stuff now.
Because
I know it touched him.
Yeah, because he's a Hebrewite. And he's a true Hebrew, he study. So he's him, That is him. He's a blessed one. And that is him. And when you hear that song, it make him cry.
Yeah.
Like, you make it, When you hear that song, it's kind of touching because you see.
It should be.
I watch because I'm watching on the TV, like when they're touring, because he sings with his mother. He has a couple of songs out now too. So I see when he embraces his mother, and I see how he hugs his mother. I say, yeah, man, you know,
Mm.
Mother Zion. Because Nico, my other children, when Zion is born, all right. Most people don't know this, but before I met Miss Lauryn Hill, I say something to her. As my brother's security and those things, I opened my briefcase. I used to walk with an attache because I'm the, I'm military, because I'm the security. Just leave college, ripped and everything.
How big were you? So you about 5'8", 5'9"? How much was you weighing?
5'9" right now, because I became such vegan my junior year. I stopped eating or anything. I was like 192.
Just muscle. Ready
Nice
to run
and
into something.
Crazy. Nice and ready, you know. So I say to Miss Lauryn Hill, I say, I need to, when after we met the first time, I said, I need to show you something. I opened up my briefcase and I showed her my 2 children. I said, this is my life. This is Eden and this is Nico. Before me and her ever had a hug or a talk, these are my children. I said, so this is me.
Take me as I am.
When my children when Miss Lauryn Hill have Zion, I told my brothers, I said, listen, I got to move to New Jersey. They said, what do you mean? I said, yeah, because this woman have her career and it's her first time having a child and she don't know nothing about children. I got to go and take care of my kid. So he said, all right, go. My brother Ziggy and Steve, all right, go. So I go to New Jersey. But while I'm in New Jersey, because, this is the middle of her, so I can't be the guy, oh man, this guy, I got to hold her down so she can keep moving, you know what I mean? Because they're like, oh man, you can't believe you went with this guy. Oh my God, he's fucking up your career. Oh my God. Who is this guy? Why is this guy? Who is he? You need to do your music. That's why the song, Zion. So I had to go there and hold it down. I got to bring my strength, so makes her flow.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure
because that's important.
Yeah,
her ecosystem is important.
Got to do that.
Yeah.
She could go out the home and know that I'm holding it down. Go and do your thing, man. I'm holding it down. I got this.
Pop's got it.
Don't worry about that.
I love it.
I got this.
I love it.
So, but now I'm living in Jersey, and when I would bring my children to New Jersey, Nico and Eden, I tell them how they have to address Zion's mother, Mommy Zion, they call her.
Mm-hmm.
And they called her Mommy Zion until they were like 20.
Oh, really?
Mommy Zion.
Really?
Because that's Mommy of Zion.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mommy Zion. So that was her name for the children.
Yeah.
So that's how a family. So when they were young on tour, all my children from my previous relationship, my wife, which I married their mothers when I was a young boy. And then after her, it was Miss Lauryn Hill. And I brought them all together. So when my children, because yes. So I was able to make sure that my children know the most important thing is the brotherly love and sisterly love. No matter, my life is my life.
Mm-hmm.
What I do has nothing to do with you. That's that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let that, don't get involved with me.
Come on, man.
Whoa, don't, stay in your lane.
Yeah, absolutely.
Children must be children.
Yep.
Children don't get in big people business. No,
that's old school.
Old school.
You dig it? So I make
school.
sure my children, I make sure brothers and sisters are brothers and sisters.
Yes,
Love
they
each other.
place.
I don't care. Maybe I'm not the perfect man in the world that was able to do it like they say. No, because some things don't work out
But
for
I
everybody.
help make all you motherfuckers. So
Got
you
them.
all go love each other.
You must. There's no other way.
Ain't no choice.
There's no other way.
Yep. I'm a stepdad.
When y'all was together recording that album, at that time when you was hearing it and y'all was putting it together, did you know it was gonna be what it is today?
Of course.
Yeah.
I love
But
it.
you want
That's one of them shits when you listen to it, like, oh yeah, this is it.
I mean, I'm telling you this. I don't know if this is anywhere in the world, but I remember that Sony Records said that this was coffee table music.
That's
When they
crazy.
first heard it.
That goes to show how much they know.
No, they don't know nothing.
Crazy.
And let me tell you, what I mean, she stand on business. She says, no, this is songs I want to make.
And she stood strong too.
Strong. Well, give me what I'm worth, or else she just gonna do it her way. You dig? Yeah, because you can't lessen yourself to make someone greater. That makes no sense.
Name another star who's just as big as Lauryn Hill with only one album?
Nobody.
And
no one.
I mean, when you say
no one.
But let's be fair. Let's not say one album, because remember the Fugees.
Right.
One solo album.
One solo album.
Yes.
But she did do the Unplugged.
Yeah, she did unplug. Yeah.
That was dope.
You wanna know how that's you
Come
wanna
on,
know how
man.
that came about?
Come on, man.
So I'm chilling in South Orange, and I need to get my watch fixed. So I go to a place called Maplewood, and I walk into a jewelry store to get my watch fixed, and this guy is there, and he's like, "Yo, aren't you Rohan Marley?" I said, "Yeah, what's up?" He says, "Man, I'm from MTV London, MTV Europe." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Cool, man. Bam, bam, bam. Let's say exchange numbers and such and such." I go back home now. I said, Lauren, I just met this guy from MTV London. And they just started to unplug.
Mm.
And at the time, Lauren was playing her guitar a lot, So I said, why don't you talk to this man about doing an unplug? She says, yeah, give me his number. So this time, no record company, no nothing. Her and I, she bam, 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 made a call, da, da, da. She said, I'm gonna introduce you to the guy from MTV USA, which is New York. I forget his name, nice person. We go there, she brought her book bag with all her books because for me, what I admire most about her and what I try to tell my children about music. You see, a certain type of music have to be made a certain type of way. You dig? Her music comes like or overstanding, like her perception of life comes directly from the Bible. The amount of knowledge that she has received just through her edifying her mind through the Bible and other great books that she reads, she translates that to life. That's her teaching of how to live. So she make that kind of music. And same like my dad. You dig? Their music come from like that biblical mindset, So she write like that, and so I say to my children, I say, "Yo, man, you gotta be inspired by something.
Got to. Come on, man. It's it right in front of you.
You gotta be inspired by something.
Yeah.
So you might as well be inspired by the greatest book of all time." So that's kind of her, and she translates that very well, and that's when the likeness to her of like you would say what Chuck D says in this community, right? And she is that because she lived that, and she really is a true creative and a true lover of her arts.
Before we transition out and
Yeah.
get to know about your upbringing, do you,
Yeah, me a little
in
bit.
your personal opinion, do you feel like there will ever be another solo or Fugees album?
Well, the one thing I do know for sure, Miss Lauryn Hill has a plethora of music.
Oh, I can only imagine.
She's doing her music. She tours. She does her music. She's doing what artist does. Like she is. It's like saying, do you think Steven would ever go back into NBA? But you're playing around the world. You're doing you're having seminars of teaching basketball, and
You're still involved.
but you're playing. You still whether you're not with, doesn't matter what organization you're with. You're with your own organization now.
Right.
So she's with her own organization and she's still playing the music. Maybe it's not being recorded and delivered through a entity like a record company, then through a distributor and such. But if those guys wanted to really have a Miss Lauryn Hill album, you can't treat her like she's begging you something.
Yeah.
So no, I'm all right. Like,
You
what do you
need-
mean?
they-
So
they
just
need
for
to
me
put
to
their pride aside
have an
today.
album, I gotta just accept what you say.
Nah, I need to give her an offer she can't refuse.
You dig it?
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Yeah, because she deserves it.
Yeah, that's the
Just-
only way.
just
You
give
can't.
her-
Because we show on it. I wish I had $1 billion. I'd give her a hundred for a couple albums.
You hear that?
Shit,
That-
for real,
yeah,
nigga.
Yeah, what do you think? Yeah,
You gonna get that money back.
Yeah, so she can do it her way. What you mean? Your profit margin. For instance, when she was back in the time when when she made Miss Education, an album was selling for what, $19.99. What they get an artist? 10 cents. What are you
crazy.
talking about? They made enough money You think over the years, they made enough money. What do you mean? But she must get slave for that again? Come on.
Nah.
Slavery days are over, man.
Yeah, been over.
That's
Fuck
crazy.
that.
What a time to be alive if you're a sports fan.
We've got NBA, college hoops, college football, and NFL.
Get into all the action right now with our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook.
If sports betting isn't in your state yet, you can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code SMOKE, bet $5 on any wager, and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code SMOKE, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. This episode is brought to you by Boost Mobile.
Boost Mobile is now a legit nationwide 5G network. I know we stay joking, but let me take a second to put on my serious voice. Because this isn't a joking matter. Me personally, I would never joke about a 5G network that has invested billions in building 5G towers across the country.
Me neither.
Not even once.
Me neither.
Feel me?
Boost Mobile is now a legit nationwide 5G network and also provides coverage across 99% of America. Seriously. Visit boostmobile.com or your nearest Boost Mobile store for more information.
The Boost Mobile network together with our roaming partners covers 99% of the U.S. population. 5G speeds not available in all areas.
1972, Jamaica.
Yeah.
Growing up, you were telling us dope shit about, what were they called? Rock Wars? But talk to us just about your upbringing. Obviously, you losing your father at 9 years old, but what was that journey like before your father passed?
I was born in Kingston in a hospital called Jubilee Hospital. And I was born, my mother had me when she was like 15, 16. So she was a young mother. I have a brother that was born a few days before me too. With different mothers, of course.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Pops, yeah.
That's how it is. We're born in the same hospital, you know?
That's crazy.
That's fire, though.
That's just how it is, man. It's my brother Robert.
Okay.
And then Stephen was born in April in the same year.
What's Stephen's birthday? April what?
20.
Okay, I'm April 5th.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
420.
He's 420.
He's 420.
Imagine that.
Nice.
Imagine
Nice.
that. Killer.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's the three of us, you know, Stephen, Robert, and Rohan. Having a young mother, you know, there's many things that comes with that, you know. A young mother means but young in that time in Jamaica is not this time, right? So young mother, that means you live with your parents still. And then with a father like my father, who's a Rasta man, her parents
Rasta.
don't really like that because her mother's Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up with a young mother, obviously your young mother at the time, she have to also find her way at that age, having a child. I mean, it's rough because you live with your mother and father. So, but I remember this is one of the most important thing I do remember though. In the transition in life, because I remember there was a transitional point in life. And I do know actually why, actually. But there was a transition in my life where my father, he had all his children in this school called Voss Prep, which is like a private Voss Preparatory. It's like a private school. But it's, you know, it's all different types of people there. So at the time, as a young boy, I lived in a community that was within the district of the school transportation. So my father would pay for the school transportation to take me to school and such. But I remember one day, my grandfather, my mother's father, when he moved his family to a house, I remember I went to this house and there's two sides to the house. I went in the house and I would run through the house. But I remember one day I couldn't run through the house no longer. Another family moved into the other side of the house. So my grandparents, they were renting half of the house for their family, and another family is renting theirs. But I only learned this as I grew older, and I'm like, wait, this was what was going on. But so through that now, my grandfather then decided, my grandfather was a carpenter. Like he worked downtown Kingston, Jamaica. He was a carpenter. He built windows, chairs, and all that stuff. So he saved up some money. He bought a piece of land in Spanish Town, Jamaica. But I guess it was the only, at the time, I don't know, I guess it was the only place he can find land to buy it, you know. He built a little house. He told us to pack the bags. And I remember him taking myself and my cousin, which was my mother's brother's son, and we went down there to move into the house. But what I do remember when I moved into that house was the wet cement. It's like half of the house was finished and half wasn't really finished. So I remember smelling the wet cement, you know. So, like the house was still, like, you know, when you move in, you know, I smell the cement, all right? And then I had to walk through the bush to go to the back to go buy oil and seasoning. And I also had to buy kerosene oil to light the lamp because there's no electricity in the house, you know? So I remember doing all that and candles and lamps and watching my grandfather now. Every time he go to Kingston and come back, he bring some of the windows until he was able to put the windows in. So in the door, you know? So boom, then he moved the other side of the family down. But it took him a month to get everybody, you know what I mean? But I just remember that wet cement. But now what they did, they moved me out of the district. So now I don't have the luxury of a school bus anymore. And my grandmother, she gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to her work. So she got to take a taxi to the main bus station and take a bus to her work and gets off at her work. And that's halfway to my school. So how it started out, my mother used to take me to school, you know, but my mother is like, she's late, always late. School, I'm showing up late. So her mother is cussing her. Hi, you this, you that. Why you have to get up early? I'm gonna take him. But how they decided to take me was I would get on the road with my granny on the taxi to the bus. But then my granny now or my mother would tell the bus driver or the conductor, the guy where you pay, you know, hey, listen, when you get to downtown, him get off at this bus. Just show him which spot the bus 32. Because now I got to take that bus and go to my school.
So how old were you at this time?
5.
That's crazy.
5. My daddy passed away when I was 9. So all this time, they call me Bob's bad son. You know, because him was bad meaning like I'm doing this stuff. I can take a bus by myself around Jamaica as a little boy, like just flex. You know what I mean? The conductors, they all know me. Everybody in the street know me in Jamaica. You know, they know me like that because I'm in the street. I'm hustling.
You jumped off the porch early.
Yeah.
When did you know your dad was kind of a big deal? At what age? Was it before he passed or after?
Wow. I mean, all right. My father, first of all, I had to learn this too. You know, my father's the type of father, he speaks to you, cry.
Huh?
He speaks to you, you cry.
Oh, wow. Indeed.
Yeah. Like he call your name, you cry. You know, like that's the kind of father. So my father have a certain scent, you know, and a certain scent. It's like a scent where it's like ginger and pineapple, wood, smoke, you know, like stew, like stew, peas and stew, like ital, like fresh, like, you know, that's him, sweet. Like he's sweet. He's sweet, man. He's sweet. Sweet. But I remember sometimes as a young boy, because I tell you I'm a rude boy, right? I remember sometimes instead of me going to Spanish Town, taking a bus, I go to my father's house, you know? But he's not there. So I'm there, I'm not going, I don't want to go to my mother. I'm staying. So I remember one time, it was like 12 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting it's the day the Bob Marley Museum, and I'm sitting on the step, you know, just not going to my mother. I'm in trouble. I'm in major trouble. I'm not going. I'm staying here. I'm not going. This is where the studio is. This is where everything happened, you know. I remember sitting on the step, and I see the bus drive up to the bus drive up to the gate. And man, I look, and it's my daddy wear a big tam, like a big, the locks. He got it in a tam. And I look, it's my father. I said, blood clot. Now I'm young enough. I remember stop and just walk, right? This is the kind of man he is, though. He see me, just walk. He walk, and he saw me, and I saw him. I saw him. And I just look. He look, and he like, I know in his now, as a father, I said, he's like, what the fuck is he doing here?
Yeah.
In his mind, he's like, what the fuck? What?
Nobody's home. What are you doing here? Yeah.
No, but this is not like that type of home. This is my dad's. My dad's house is a office, studio, enterprise.
Everything built in one.
And his bedroom is upstairs with everything around. My dad, it's only him there. There's nobody else live there. No woman live in that house. It's my dad at work, and that's nobody is there. This is that house. But it's all filled with people. It's the Bob Marley Museum today. But I remember that, man. So I sat there, and I'm there waiting to hear my name or something. And I see my father come back downstairs and say, hey, get over there. And he got on a boxing glove and he tell everybody circle up, not with me. He says, he threw the other gloves to another member. He said, come on, they circle up and they start boxing. At 12 o'clock in the night, boxing, And after that, after he start boxing, he go upstairs. He's going to the studio. So I go in the studio now.
Y'all still haven't spoke? He hasn't said nothing to you yet?
I mean,
not really.
Not really.
Okay. Okay.
Not like
yeah.
I'm just existing now.
Yeah, I'm there.
He's like, yo, I'm moving with the movement. But the step is here, and where he's boxing is right over there. Because when you go to the museum, you'll see it. And then the studio is right here, right? So I'm there. I get up. I see them. He do his thing with his friends. So I go sit back down. He go upstairs. He calls me into the studio. So I'm in the studio now, but inside of the studio, my dad is here, and the board is here, and the speakers are here, and the mirror, how you see through the other side is here. So I'm there, but it's now 2 o'clock in the morning. And you can't sleep around my dad. You can't fall asleep.
As much dope as they were smoking, you couldn't sleep.
You can't fall asleep.
Damn.
So he's recording, and I'm like this.
No.
Yeah, he say, hey, boy, get up and go upstairs. I go upstairs now. I fall asleep. Like about an hour later, man, my father says, hey, wake up and go wash your feet.
Just as dirty as fuck, yeah. Can't get them dirty ass feet on the bed.
He's like,
go wash them motherfucking feet.
That's the type of dad.
That's tough loving. So obviously, the business of Marley is something that's well respected around the world. You guys were offered money early on. You guys came together because there was actually no will, but you guys came together and realized, hey, let's build this legacy out for our father. So you guys been able to do that. So tell us some of the stuff. It's been estimated at about almost a $500 million company, annually making nearly $20 million a year. What is your part in the family legacy and business?
Before you start, that's a testament to your father, for him to be gone and y'all still, had the morals of y'all to still stay together and stand strong together.
Factual.
You know what I'm saying? That's a testament to Pop.
Factual. And because since life after Bob, 1981, father passed away, no will, trust happened. They gather all the assets, they sell it. We ended up taking the person that bought it to Privy Council because we wanted first rights of refusal as the children. We didn't want the money. We then did that, borrowed the money, bought our dad's likeness and all his publishing and likeness, except for 25% because that was a stipulation. After that, it took us since 1992 because from 81 to 92, it took that time to really bring everything together for them to present the structure and the sale. So when we bought it, we then now started to nurture it and start to develop different businesses. One of the first business that we started being that there was a lot of bootleg material of our dad, of T-shirts and all these different things. The first thing that we said we would do, we'll create Zion Rootswear.
To make it authentic.
Yes, and we created Zion Rootswear, which is now our company that we produce all the Bob Marley merchandise from all the T-shirts, etc.
I did a collab with Roots of Fight.
Yeah,
Roots of Flight.
We got you. We get you some of that Zion Rootswear stuff.
Yes.
Then we stepped into audio electronics. We created a house. It's called House of Marley. all audio electronics made from all eco-friendly and sustainable materials,
Mm-hmm.
which belongs in our ecosystem as Rastafari people.
Naturally.
Then after that, I created a company called Marley Coffee, which is another organic, sustainable coffee company. Right now, I'm the #1 coffee company in Chile. I started here, but I had to kind of pivot and work with the people that really believed in the brand to establish the brand.
Mm-hmm.
So I've established that in Chile now, so it's great in Chile. We have a good footprint in Canada, etc. I'm here on Amazon in America, but I'm getting ready now to really start and to rebuild the coffee shop presence. So that's Marley Coffee. We have Marley Naturals, which is our cannabis company, one of our cannabis companies. And I myself, my main movement and main focus now here in Florida, I've partnered with a group called Gold Flower to bring line order cannabis here to Florida. So they have the license. They're one of the, I guess, 22 or 23 license holders here.
Okay.
So on the medical side. So I'm working with Gold Flower now to bring line order to Florida. I'm very, very happy about it. So that's kind of the future. And we're excited to really lay our stakes here in Florida and call this home because we've been here since 1976.
Mm-hmm.
So it's now really life after Bob.
Miami football, playing in Miami. How was that, playing in Miami?
I get to Miami, the first thing they told me, you don't belong here. You only here because you're Bob Marley's son. I said, yeah. I just ripped up high school. I'd done one of the top running backs in the country. I done punished him. I led the country or the state in all kind of different things, and I was busting necks. I was crushing people. And so I get to Miami. The first thing they do, where we're gonna play him. They move me to cornerback. I said, cornerback? I said, all right, what do I do? Because remember, every position I'm learning for the first time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just playing on the athlete.
I'm tripping off how you even came from Jamaica to even be able to play football.
I told you, Dan Marino,
Yeah.
Mark Clayton, Mark Duper,
Yeah.
the Miami Dolphins.
49ers beating them.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, sir.
He ain't gonna let you make it with that.
Can't do it. But go ahead. So you're in college, cornerback.
It's rough, man. Always bring those sad memories, you know? College, I get to college now. I get there, first of all, they say to me, you only here because you Bob Marley's son. I said, what? I say, hey, you ain't watch film? Did y'all not watching? Fuck you think? I said, let's go. So I got out there with the attitude like, all right, I gotta prove myself. And I remember playing cornerback, cover 2. Oh yeah, Ro could jam your ass. Marley will jam you. But I couldn't cover deep. Like, what's my thing? Because
You get burnt.
You couldn't get him off
One
the line.
time.
It was trouble.
one time, cover 2 though. Well, you gotta remember, cover 2, it's not man.
Yeah, you got help over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, you good.
But that one play, it looked like it was me. I walked in the locker room, the sirens went off. And they used to really pick on me, man. I used to have to fight. I remember one day, an article came out in the Jet magazine about my family, and I wasn't in the picture.
Damn. They said you didn't belong, huh?
Oh, this nigga, you ain't, this nigga ain't even in the family.
He's a fraud.
Damn.
He's not even a Marley.
Where you at? We don't see you, bro. So I said, man, whatever. So I used to have to fight. I'm fighting. So going into my redshirt year, they redshirted me. My junior, going into my redshirt freshman year, spring ball, they called me into the office and told me they're gonna move me into a new position, linebacker. I said, linebacker? I've been losing all this weight to be a DB.
A lot of action in linebacker.
A lot of action in linebacker, but that's my place. But I promise you, when they told me that, I said, all right, I start feeling a bit more comfortable because being out a cornerback, it's a high risk. You can cost a lot of games out there, cornerback.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a high risk.
It's a
Is
lot.
that the hardest position on the football field?
I think so.
I think so. I
Yeah, I
mean,
think so.
cornerback, they got
Right, it's tough.
I mean, man to man is
But you felt like that because they had to guard you.
No, I'm just saying in general. Cornerback is all reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
You
reaction.
gotta have good feet.
Yeah.
So they moved me there. They told me linebacker. First day of practice, inside run. I started making all the tackles as, you know what I mean? I love playing the run. So I started making all the tackles. I remember going back into the locker room and Warren Sapp says to me, you know, Rohan, they've been fucking you, man. You should have always been a linebacker.
But you played with some real hitters on that team,
Man,
though.
I played
who else
Ray
was-
Lewis,
Ray
Warren
Lewis
Sapp,
was on that team.
Jesse
yeah.
Armstead, Micah Barrett, Darren Smith, Darrell Williams. I played with a lot of legends.
No, this is the question though.
Yeah.
You know, Uncle Luke had the bounty program. Were you a part of that? Were you around when Uncle Luke had the bounty program?
Yeah.
So you got a couple dollars?
You know what? They always thought,
He said, you
they
know
always
what?
thought I didn't need it.
They said they always thought I didn't need it.
You know what? He said, you know what?
But goddamn it, let me hold something.
But all right. Let me talk to you about something, right?
Hey, hold on. Luke is here, right?
Yeah.
Have Luke come in real quick.
Yeah. All right. There's two types of Miami, right? When I'm growing up, there's South Miami, and then there's North Miami. South Miami now is where you have like, I don't know, I guess you're gonna call it the suburbs. But North Miami now is where you have the life. This is where you have like people named like, I don't know if you know these people like Cadillac Burt, certain type of people like that, you know, where the what's them cars with the big rim and them in over town and them live with the city. Yeah, the verts convertible, the paint,
Dunk.
the spring, and the bass, and the rattle, and it rattle. And then you have that. So Uncle Luke now Uncle Luke was the head of everything. When you talk about what you see today in the world, if you see girls, I don't know, I mean, I don't condone these things, but twerking, what them type of dance, what you see today, this was happening in Miami right here where being banned, fighting sheriffs and stuff because of the music. True Life Crew, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up in that era where, yeah, Uncle Luke and True Life Crew was the way. So that was now Miami because the most of the athletes, they're coming from North and South. But remember, down South is still like North. There's Middle South and down South. So that's still like North. So the University of Miami and Uncle Luke relationship started because the inner city youths that were being raised by just having someone from the music industry with some ends that can show us a way, right? So they talk about this, that. We used to call it the hit bucket or whatever you want to call it, but Unc would give us incentives. Hey, y'all go out there, y'all win this year, we take, you know, whatever. It's the NIL.
He was NIL before.
It was NIL before NIL. It was a real NIL though,
Right.
like real manifestation of an NIL. But if you talk about my personal relationship with Uncle Luke, not even going back into his Jamaican heritage, because I never even knew that till like later on in life about that side of his life. I just love him because the school I went to is how I got to know him, the University of Miami. But I grew up in Miami. I admired him, seeing him all the time because I'm in Miami. So when I got to school, I was able to touch him. So when I got there, I saw how like Ray would wrap his head with that's what he wore in his head. It was as the scarf. Uncle, what did it say again?
The Luke record scarf.
Luke record scarf. The bandana. The boys wrap their heads with that. That's what they. Yeah. And so the culture, you can't have the culture without Uncle Luke. You dig? So that's that. And then as a young youth, I was able to like really experience like life from an elder and being in this world as a leader in the American community, the I American community, the community that look like us, and being a leader and being able to stand up against just being able to freedom of speech and freedom of self and being able to be a creative and bringing that to the University of Miami and bringing that culture where he merged, because he merged them kids with us. Like us meaning the UM and the like, that was because we were able to go into those regions and feel good. Because we walk in there, when he walk in, everything good. Everything good.
You bridge the gap.
Yeah, because when we, the University of Miami, we love going to the Rolex. We love going up north. We want to go to 183rd.
Studio 183.
183, and what's the
Strawberries.
Strawberries. We want to go to Strawberries. The boy, that's where Ray them want to be. That they want to, and I'm tagging along. And then what's the other? The Mint. What's the
Mint.
The Mint.
What about this boat party I've been hearing about? What about
Which
this?
boat party?
He said, which one?
Which boat party?
The Rohan I mentioned earlier.
Well,
It's a lot of boat parties.
Which boat party?
well, all right. I guess I gotta tell it. Well, one time, you know, this is some of the dreams you have as like a player at University of Miami. It's to hang with Uncle Luke, like to hang with Uncle Luke. We call him Uncle
As a
Luke.
grown man too.
Yeah, like, it's like one of the pleasures. So if he says, hey, yo, Marley, what you doing? And you know, he got the talk. Marley, what you doing? I said, meet me at 79th Street. Meet me at 79th Street. What's it?
The pier.
The pier. Meet me at 79th Street Pier, right by the P.F. Chang. What the restaurant was there?
Yeah. That was it was
Chang, something.
Yeah,
like,
one of them.
Noble.
The Chinese restaurant where they cook the food on the thing.
I forget. Hot Walk.
Benihana's?
Benihana. Yeah.
Meet me at the Benihana.
What?
I don't know nothing. No, I don't know nothing about this stuff. I don't know nothing about this type of. I never been here. I get there, but remember now, Uncle Luke was the one that showed us like that. Like you talking about convertible cars and luxury, nice house, boat,
The good life.
the good life, the good life by doing it himself by his own independent label. So now I get there, I'm like, all right, where I go? I go up in the restaurant. I don't know. I'm supposed to go in the pier. I don't know where to go. He said, walk down the restaurant and come to the pier. Come to pier 6325. I said, all right. I go down there now. I get on the boat. It's just Uncle Luke. It's me. And a couple other people, a couple of other agenda. And the captain. Because I'm captain this boat too, right? Man, he said, listen, we're going to Bimini. I said, where's that? He said, don't worry, we're going to Bahamas. Chill, just sit back and have a good time. I said, well, all right. I sat there, man, I tell you, like, I grew up, you know, to understand, like, when you're a king, you're a king. And you just live. So we had a good time. I was able to, just as a little boy, little young man, seeing how a general flex in the city, rolling, his boat, can go to Nassau when he want. The chickadees. I can't front, yo. You got the chickadees.
They're everywhere.
You gotta have it.
Yo, I mean, we older now, so yeah, I'm careful with the choice of words.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, no one did it better.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about no one did it better. So the life of Miami, the University of Miami, the culture, what you see, the culture of University of Miami is right here. It's like the father of the culture, because the boys, that's all the boys from the Jerome Browns, that's who they respect, because that's kind of your card. Like, to really, that's card in the streets. So that's what you represent for us at University of Miami. That's our street cred right here.
That's bigger
That
than
was
life.
in the beginning, the street cred right here. You north, anywhere you good. When you walk in, and walking with the hat tilted, and he got the glass, and he look to the side. Shit, yeah. and
Shit's
he
moving.
turned on the stage.
Shit's moving.
That pussy.
Shit's moving. That was cracking.
Classic.
I
shit.
can imagine in the height of it.
Trust me.
I can imagine.
So that's where. So we grew up with that,
Yeah.
and that's why, forever. That's why you see the Hurricanes and Uncle Luke here, like, he's an uncle.
Legend.
forever till this day. No matter who. I mean, when Sap and I are together, we have to FaceTime. We have group FaceTimes together. Like there's like 5 hurricanes on the phone with Uncle Luke, and he busy too.
Shout out Warren Sapp.
Shout out to Warren Sapp, man, and shout out to Ray Lou. Always rocking Uncle Luke Records, Luke Records. Always. That guy and Marlon Barnes. Big up to Marlon Barnes. Bless Marlon Barnes. But them guys, it's almost like you think there was NIL.
Yeah, y'all was cracking.
the way the University of Miami independently represented Luke Records. Right? It was Luke Records.
Yeah.
The way we represented Luke Records.
Luke helped build that skyline.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, come on, man, quit playing.
Yes.
But Rohan, man,
thank you.
We appreciate you, my brother.
Respect
Thank you.
and love.
The
That's
journey.
it. You already know.